I'll take care of yourself.
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Doing good. Staying busy. Coming into the wire in January.
Yeah, man, it's busy in here.
It is
very
busy.
busy. Busy time of year. You know, kids got back to school, got basketball going on with the kids. You know, got Cub Scouts on Mondays. But man, he's just getting back in here. There's a lot of people in the building right now.
There's a lot of people in the building. I see you come pretty frequently. So knowing that our facility access increases over that first 3 months of the year, certainly appreciate you coming in and making some new friends. And as we got some new members in our facility, it's nice to be able to welcome some new friends to the Y.
Yeah, really excited about it. I mean, you know, we've got, like I said, with basketball, we got a great group of kids we're playing with here at the Y, and you know, being in Owasso, wife and I have a great experience.
Okay.
Trying to get in some time for myself, you know, and get back in the swing of things after the holidays. But what's going on?
Has the Y pulled you in for any duties with that team? You coaching or you?
Oh yeah, coaching a 3-year-old team and coaching a 7-year-old team. You know, three-year-old basketball. You know, what a chore, man.
Okay.
But yeah, love being a volunteer coach. You know, been a volunteer coach here for probably about 4 years now at the Y. So
good.
It's always been a good experience.
We've been excited to partner with the Thunder and to be able to bring our one of our largest organizations in for basketball to be able to partner with, and we're excited to be able to get our season kicked off. So I appreciate you very much, and ultimately, you know, I'm passionate about working at the Y. We've talked to each other quite a bit, and ultimately, we're taking our time right now to be able to focus on families that can't afford to come to and individuals that can't afford to come to YMCA. So as you come in through our front door, Tandy, you see the Y's for all, and we feel like that everybody should have low barrier access to our facility. So we gave away about $1.7 million last year throughout all our associations to those folks in need, and that came from membership, for swim lessons, for youth basketball. Probably a couple kids on your team are on some type of scholarship. You just wouldn't see it. Just things that we do internally to be able to help support them. But ultimately, our goal is to continue to offer that service to our community that no one's turned away due to the inability to pay. I always challenge people to think about nonprofits in the community, and if you didn't have the resources for a swim lesson or for youth sports, would you be able to participate? And the answer traditionally is no. So we're very proud of that. And so ultimately, we'll take some time each year to be able to go out, to be able to ask folks to make a gift to the Y, that we'd be able to provide that access to our participants and to our community. And so in that process, we at the Tandy YMCA, we have a goal of $75,000. We're trying to get this whole thing wrapped up by March 9th. And ultimately just talking to people that we know to not only educate them on what we're doing, but also to see if that'd be something they'd be interested in getting. And there's really two ways you can do that. But you can either give a donation to the Y, or ultimately you can either provide a check or cash, or you can go online and make a gift, or you can pledge a gift, which ultimately is any way that you want to pledge that throughout all of 2020, as long as that balance is paid by 2020. And we're very flexible in what we do. My wife and I have elected to pay a certain amount per month over a 12-month period because we know that we can stretch our gift that way. There was a point in time in our life where she received a bonus check in September, and so we pushed it all into September and want to pay for the full amount then. So ultimately, there's a lot of flexibility in the way that we can go out to be able to make this happen. But you've been around the Y for a long time. I've always seen you coming in the facility. You seem engaged in what we're doing. And so when I was putting my list together and thinking about people that may have some interest in supporting the Y, even for some people that may have never met in the facility, just to say, you know what, they deserve to be here too. You came to mind, Matt, so I just thought I'd reach out to you and see if that was something that would interest you.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more. So it sounds like I can make a pledge. I don't have to make a payment today.
That's correct. That's correct.
What I mean, if it's $75,000, it sounds like you got 1.7. You know, what other kind of people do you ask? I mean, are you asking just me, or are you asking other people?
That's a great question. So we'll go to organizations, we'll go to companies, and we'll go to individuals. It takes all of us. It takes a small village to make this happen. Ultimately, we have ways to recognize our donors at $1,000 or greater through different internal and external means on our TV screens, through some blogs, social media, website, those type of things. But it really comes down to the gifts that within the $100 gifts that we get. You know, it's the amount of donations that we get that come in. Low level, mid level, high level are all important to what we do. So we talk to a whole variety of people. Sometimes it's a family, sometimes it's a husband and wife, sometimes it's an individual, sometimes it's a CEO. So ultimately, we have different folks that we go ask in the community.
Okay. What I mean, my membership dues, I pay membership dues. Don't those help people too?
That's a great question. So your membership dues, the best way I try to communicate that to somebody is that if somebody, back in the day, you and I may have had a Blockbuster membership, or you have a membership to a magazine, or you have a membership to an organization like a YMCA, if you receive a good or service, then that's not a donation. So ultimately what that does, it helps us to do our operations, that helps us to put someone at the front desk to greet you and to have our lights on, have our water, our pool, our operations in general. And this is a completely separate fund that we have. We do have a big gap. We have a $500,000 goal for this year, and we'll give away again $1.7 or so million in 2020. And so 100% of those funds do go into that amount. We have a gap we got to hopefully close over time, but we are not going to ever turn anybody away due to the inability to pay. So the challenge that we have internally, we're continuing to grow our campaign. But ultimately, your gift can stay directly at this YMCA. And I know I've seen you just looking at your facility access. You go frequent some other branches as well. So if there was another branch you want to be able to support, that's certainly fine. I just see you coming here at the most part to Tandy, so I just thought that would be an area that you were interested in.
All right. What if I want to give? I mean, like, is there a way to know, like, if I wanted to give a kid a swim lesson, what that would cost? I mean,
Absolutely.
Are there some things out there, like, we really like camp, and my kids want to go to camp someday, I'm sure. And if there was a way to sponsor or support a kid to go to camp, what would that look like?
Absolutely. So what we can do is we can quantify in different levels what that looks like for a kid to go for a day, or a kid go for a week, or for a month. We have some different collateral that we have that you'll see in our facilities that'll be specific to those type of things. But ultimately, if there's a particular interest that you have, so you mentioned basketball, for example, if you're interested in one individual or one team, we can absolutely get you those numbers to quantify that for you. To be able to get people access directly to that area that you're interested in.
Okay. So it's probably something I need to talk to my wife about. Is there somewhere where I'd find more information? Like, I mean, I know you probably have some stuff, but is there, she seems to be somebody that likes to get online and do a little research. Is there somewhere that we could look online and find out more information about the Y?
We would love for you to visit our website, www.ymcatulsa.org. It actually is a brand new website, so if you haven't had a chance to check it out, please do. If you look up on the top toolbar, you'll see that there's a Support Us that you can break it down and be able to have some resources there called Storyteller Resources.
Okay.
We've recruited 180 volunteers to go out there to help out, so we'll have staff and volunteers out there in the community making an ask. And with those resources, you'll see there's a pledge form that's available there for you to be able to pull off. If you want to use a pledge form, there's also some additional resources, some different testimonies and stories that we have available there as well. And I do encourage you to talk to your family. I think it's important to be able to do that. We just want to make sure that everybody in the family has the opportunity, if you want to touch them with the question. If it's something you want to do individually, that's fine too. We can support you either way. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is we're trying to wrap this thing up by March 9th. And we want to send a strong message to the community that we're going to get in and out quickly, spend the next 6 weeks to be able to go out and raise some money. And so ultimately, if it would be okay with you, I would follow up with you here in the next couple of weeks, see if you had any questions, and that way that we can stay within that time frame and try to get this thing wrapped up and move on. And again, when you come into the YMCA, I just felt like there was a connection there. I felt like that may be something that you would be interested in. Zero pressure to be able to give, but if you are able to be able to help support someone else or another family or a senior or anybody that comes into our facility when such a high percentage are on scholarships, we certainly would appreciate it. And we like to give people the opportunity to give back in the community as well. So I appreciate your time. It really means a lot.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So I'll go check out that website, and sounds like you'll be in touch with me.
I will. I'll hit you up in the next couple of weeks. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Also, any of our staff here at the YMCA, if you have any questions, feel free to tap into them as well so we can get you an answer as quickly as you need.
Okay, awesome.
I appreciate
Thanks,
your time,
Scott.
Matt. Good to see you,
Appreciate
brother.
it.